Dear friends in Jesus Christ, in today's gospel, Jesus is telling that he has not come to abolish the law but to fulfill the law. So, for the Jews, for the people of Jews, they term laws in four ways or four different ways they tell it or they call it. So, firstly, they tell about the Ten Commandments that God gave to people of Israelites through Moses from the Mount Sinai. And secondly, they call it Pentateuch, the five books in the Old Testament that is very important for them as a word of God. And then they talk of the law and the prophets. So they are the full, they are of scriptures. They tell about the full scriptures. And fourthly, it tells about the oral and scribal laws. So this fourth one is what Paul and Jesus are condemning. This fourth one, the scribes, these people came in the middle, and they began to expand the laws thousands and thousands of thousands. So that's how this law became so much vigilant and so much widened and become burdensome for the people. So therefore, Jesus Christ had to condemn this law, followed by Saint Paul. So, how they divided the law? See, for example, you can take Sabbath day. On the Sabbath day, nothing was allowed. No work is allowed. So, when you say work, so what kind of work? How will you define the work? So, if you are carrying some weight or carrying a burden, so if you are carrying the burden, so how can you define the burden? So like that only they expand the law. How can you define the burden? So burden in the sense if you are carrying food equal in weight to a dried fruit, so that is a burden. If you are carrying wine for a mixing in a goblet, so that is a burden. So that is a work. That is a work. If you are carrying a milk which for one swallow, so that is a burden. That is a work. If you are carrying ointment to anoint a small member, that is a burden. If you are carrying a water or using the water to moisten eye salve some wound on the eyes, so if you are doing that, so it is a burden. So it is not allowed, it is forbidden. If you are carrying honey to put on a wound, so that is a burden, that is a work. So you are not allowed. And a woman is carrying a wood, that is a burden. If a man is always walking on the road or is carrying something on his back, that is a burden. If a child falls down, if they are taking, that is a work. And then like that is simple ways, many works were forbidden on the Sabbath day as a rule, which was described by the scribes and the Pharisees. Therefore, Jesus Christ had to condemn this law and tell the people that no need to follow these things. It is just being orally announced by the scribes. And Jesus was making sure he came to fulfill the law. What he said that love your neighbor, love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might, with all your strength. So that is the one law which he has taken from the Old Testament. And then he says, love your neighbor as yourself. What wrong is there? Two things. The 10 Commandments is being fulfilled in these two commandments. He did not break the law. He did not expand the law. He was fulfilling the law. That is what we need to look into, dear friends, in our lives. We may have so many things. We may tell, I will do this, I will do that. We may have some principles, life principles, rules and regulations, a set of rules and regulations. If you're going for a job, then you have to follow the principles. There is a certain time you have to come to the job. If you're coming after that time, so you may be sent out, you may be given the warning, if you're regularly doing the same mistake, repeating the same actions again and again, they may fire you from the job. And like that, we need to follow a set of rules and regulations in our day-to-day life, but making sure that it is only for the good of us, not for any other purpose. Therefore, dear friends, whatever the principles that we follow in our day-to-day lives, let us make sure that it is being benefitable to us. It gives benefit to us. It gives profit to us. It gives growth to us. It gives some a pleasant mind to us, it gives some joy to us, happiness to us, making sure that, let us make sure that. So practice in our day-to-day life. Thank you.